Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is an emergency video. I'm not feeling too well, but Bitcoin's doing something here in the charts which I cannot avoid an update on. You can see here Bitcoin moving to the downside today, down over 1%. But what's more important is the level that we're failing at. What I'm going to break down today is why this is worrying. We've also got some positive news as well, which I'm going to try to bring to your attention as well. If you appreciate these updates, even when I should be in bed really, smash the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. I'm never going to leave you in the lurch, guys. Whether it's positive days, whether it's negative days, whether it's bull market or bear market, the whole reason I set this channel up was to help guide you with some real content. None of this kind of moon boy stuff, none of this kind of, look, this video is going to do really, really well for the algorithm. No, I will tell you if I think the Bitcoin price is going to fall, and I'm just going to tell you what I see in the charts, and that's my guarantee to you guys. That's my promise to you guys, is I will turn up and I will tell you exactly what I think and not sugarcoat it. If you appreciate that, smash up the likes, check out the links in the description to our Telegram community, and make sure you're engaged in the community as well. So, what is worrying me? The first thing that's worrying me here, and you're going to have to excuse me if I keep stuttering here as I'm not feeling well, like I said, is that when we bounce from here, when we finally recovered from this fake out to the downside, we need to see a higher high. I mentioned that the high on this point, remember, we bounced to the bottom, we bounced here, and then we failed here. This was the point where it was like, we're not going to make it to the top. We got exhausted and the bears took us over, and it became quite evident that we were likely to break to the downside. So we got to be able to break above this point, right? And that point is around that 67.2K, 67.2K. And as you can see, we kind of wicked all the way up here today to a level of 65.5, and then we got hit back to the downside again. And if you look at yesterday, we had a doji candle. So this is all these things, your doji candle signals a reversal normally, and then you have a red candle opening up the next day. It doesn't look good, right? At the very least, we're looking at coming and retesting again our 60,000 level. The other thing that I'm looking at and then going, this is not great, is the EMA ribbon. Because this is exactly where we're struggling. We're struggling to get above our EMA ribbon and bounce nicely above it. Now, earlier on today, we looked good. When this candle was wicking all the way up here, that looked good, right? Because we looked like we wanted to go get our higher high. But we're failing. And there's a few reasons for that, which I'm going to come on to. But fundamentally, if we want to avoid this pain, we need to at least finish today somewhere neutral in the EMA ribbon and get ourselves a good candle tomorrow, right? Get ourselves a good candle, get some green, and over the next kind of couple of days, it's imperative we get above 67.2. Otherwise, this trend continues to be with the bears, because the bears have managed to force us and contain us to lower highs, right? Continuously lower highs, trending and curling over to the downside. So we've got to put in some work. The bulls have to put in some work. RSI is now, reset. You can see it's kind of in this middle territory. So the bears they got moved to room, but equally so do the bulls have energy to move the price as well. So all is to play for here. So let's now try to understand what happened, because the day was going quite swimmingly. Well, the first thing was this. Robinhood gains 2%, erasing early losses following the SEC Wells notice. So the SEC has now filed their intention to file a lawsuit, right, against Robinhood for listing securities token. We've seen this before. We've seen this before with Coinbase. We've seen it before with Binance. And again, of course, it's not only going to shock Robinhood stock, it's going to shock the markets, because in the past, we've seen where Robinhood ended support for tokens such as Cardano and Matic and Solana, the three tokens that were named previously, right? So this is something that we have to watch out for, and of course, it's not a good sign that the SEC continue to be so steadfast on trying to chokehold crypto. So naturally, that's going to worry markets. But the good news is that we're actually sitting here with the broader market that after Friday's jobs figure, which I brought you the update on, is sitting here and going, hang on a second. Maybe we can actually get more rate cuts than we thought, because the story so far, how it's played out, is going into this year, markets were thought, okay, we're going to get 3 rate cuts. Then last couple of weeks, market was like, maybe we're going to be lucky if we get 1. Now we're seeing evidence that the market is saying, hang on, maybe we can get 2. So you can see here, 36% of the market by the last FOMC meeting of this year on the 18th of December expect us to have completed 2 rate cuts. So going from this 5.25 to 5.5 range, right, which is where we're at now, all the way down to 4.7 to 5. This video is brought to you by StakeLayer. Restaking protocols on ETH like EigenLayer and EtherFi have garnered a lot of attention recently with good reason. And this is why I'm excited about StakeLayer, because they are the first protocol doing this on Bitcoin. Bitcoin and restaking are both very strong narratives right now, and StakeLayer is merging the two. With StakeLayer, you can enjoy a user-friendly interface unmatched security to protect your investments, and transparent processes without hidden fees. StakeLayer's mission is to make Bitcoin earnings accessible, profitable, and secure for investors worldwide. Links in the description below for you to check out this exciting new technology. And remember, as with any crypto project, guys, please do your own research. 36% of the market expects us to get 2 rate cuts, and this is creating a little bit of risk on appetite in the market. So this is something for us to watch, and because of that, you are now seeing traditional markets moved here today. You're seeing a slightly positive day. Here in the UK, it's a bank holiday, but for US guys, 0.62 on the S&P, on the Nasdaq, S&P moving 0.5%, and Dow Jones relatively flat here today. So that's something for us to watch out for, is if that narrative continues, where we start getting data which suggests that the economy is landing softly, all right, unemployment continuing to rise, labor, number of jobs created starting to miss expectations to the downside, seeing inflation come to the downside. Those are the things the market will need in order to sustain rallies. That's really, really important. So when we jump onto Bitcoin here, really important that we reclaim these levels and start working our way to the upside. Now let's zoom in now to kind of smaller time frame on the 4-hourly. This is the battle right now. So we were doing really well earlier today, right? We were doing really, really well on Friday, even when we closed above our 4-hourly EMA ribbon, and we worked our way nicely up here. And then today, the last 2 4-hourly candles after the Robinhood news, etc., we've now come in. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods. I mean, doesn't mean, we're doomed. We can still bounce, but we need to do that. We need to bounce on this 4-hourly EMA ribbon and carry on our bullish intent in order to go and achieve our target of 67.2. We've got to bounce, right? Really, really important. Otherwise, we risk curling over. Now, in terms of the market, what's my strategy? What's my game plan? Continues to remain the exact same, guys. I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'm happy with what I've got allocated in the market. I'm not chasing this market anymore. And I just want to make sure that if we do pull back, if we do break down this pattern again, then I'm ready to buy the dip. Maybe we don't, and that's perfectly fine. But if we do, I need to be prepared, because there's no way you can tell me this isn't a curling over pattern right now. It is curling over, and so it'd be silly for me to not prepare still here for the downside. Okay, that said, you guys know I don't time the market, right? I'm not jumping out of the market and then jumping back in. No. Technically, we've had our weekly retest last week, right? We wicked down to this weekly EMA ribbon. So if Bitcoin wanted to go on another crazy run, I'm less concerned now, because it has actually retested the EMA ribbon, albeit in the most minuscule way. It's better than it not having done that, right? If Bitcoin was just in this pattern here and then just went boom, off it went, then that's, hugely, hugely overextended, because it wouldn't have touched the EMA ribbon since this period here in October. The fact that we've now, even that small wick last week, which was in that panic, the fact that we've got that little wick shows that, okay, we consolidated a little bit, we flushed out some of that leverage, and we could have the energy for another move to the upside. If you look at RSI, it notched out from oversold, so it's kind of got a little bit of energy now, but it would be nothing wrong if it wants to go down a bit more, right? It'd be nothing wrong if Bitcoin wants to come down a bit more, test the EMA ribbon at 53, get people a little bit panicked, reset the RSI, let the fear and greed index tumble, because this market is still greedy, and then go for its bigger move to the upside, right? Either way, I'm happy. And I think that's the best behavior to have as an investor and a trader, is be ready for both sides, be ready, be happy with your allocations, and be ready for whatever the market provides. If you can do that, you're going to be a good investor and trader. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this update. If you appreciate it, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. I'm going to go drink a hot lemon drink or something. And you guys make sure you get into our Telegram community, ijazcrypto.com/TG. Even though I'm sick today, I posted an altcoin trade, which you guys can go see. Make sure you go see which active trades I've got open right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.